Probably some peeps upstairs. Sable's right here. Let's do this. Camera you up. Let's see, go back around. Give me the pallet, maybe? Ooh, excellent greed right there, but I think we get the hit because of that. Nice. Yeah, I think Pinhead and Michael will both come back. Do you think the pig's gonna leave? Because the pig has a game now, doesn't she? We're going immediately for the pain res over here. Damn, dude, Sable DC'd off of that? Sorry, GG's, I don't want to go against a singularity. See, that's what's wrong with this game, though. I mean, just because you don't want to go against a singularity, now your teammates have to suffer because of that. That's what's wrong with this game, though, man, is people just go next so fast, dude. They see a killer they don't want to play against, they're like, nah, fuck it, I just go next. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Cam Spooky Corner video. This is another rant video today, and we're going to be discussing Survivor Entitlement. Now, before we get to the meat and potatoes of everything, let's first go over the boring stuff, as I like to call it. If you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm closely reaching 10,000 subscribers, and I would love for you to help me reach my goal, only if you like the videos, of course. I'm also live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time, so if you would like to follow me there, come say hello in the chat and let me know your thoughts of DBD and the state of the game. I would love to hear it. CamSpookyCorner.com is going to have all my social links for all my platforms for you to follow and support me on, as well as the 18 and up Discord server. I highly recommend you join our amazing community. That way you can network with amazing people off stream and have some great people to play and interact with as well. So just to start the video, here's the ground rules of what everything that's about to happen. I just want to let it be clear, I'm a Survivor main. I am not trying to shit on the Survivor player base overall. I'm just trying to speak about the small percentage of people that are ruining it for everybody with their entitlement. And for my killers watching this video, I'm in no way incentivizing you to not like Survivors even more. I just want to raise awareness about the situation, and I want to hear your thoughts about it. So if you're a Survivor player, a killer player, or you fit all that criteria, let me know in the comments below what you think. I ask that we try to keep it as constructive as possible, because just going at each other is just not really a good thing. We don't really get anywhere with that, but you're entitled to your opinion. Let me know what you think. I mean, for me, this is a rant video and it's kind of negative in a way, so I get it. At the end of the video, I would like for us to come together and come up with actual practical fix solutions that behavior can implement to make the game better for everybody, and to kind of get rid of this DC go next epidemic that we're in right now, and just how we can maybe think about it from both sides and both perspectives, so that way we have a healthier mindset and can come together, killer and Survivor players together. Now, I know what you're thinking already based off of the thumbnail title. This is probably going to be some whiny killer main talking about how Survivors are just entitled, right? No. First things first, well, you're kind of right. This is a video about me whining about Survivor Entitlement, but the craziest thing about this is I am a Survivor main, and I think if anybody can really speak on behalf of both sides, I think it's me. I know you've probably seen a lot of my recent content, and it is a lot more killer favored content, but that is because I am just so fed up with the game and the state of balancing and the state of the Survivor player base that I have to speak my mind on these issues. So before people start flooding my comments with hate, just know I'm a Survivor main. I probably have more Survivor hours than most people played. I teach people how to loop. I teach people builds and how to properly go for flashlight saves and pallet stuns and all that good stuff. So I definitely know a lot about Survivor. And when it comes to killer, I have a lot of hours in killer too. I play all the killers in Dead by Daylight, no matter how niche or how general and broad they may be. S tiers, F tiers, I can do it all. So I relate to everybody's pain. The reason why I made this video today is because this week has been the most awful Survivor Entitlement week I've been through in a very long time. It all started with the clip at the beginning of this video. I had went against a Survivor squad on the meat plant as Singularity, and within the first chase of me catching Sable within less than a minute, right? Due to her poor pathing, and clearly you can see she just doesn't know how to play against a Singularity. Within less than a minute of me catching her and downing her and hooking her, she DC'd from the entire match. And she came into my my chat and she said, GG's, I didn't want to go against Singularity. That just instantly just fueled me to start this video, or to start making this video and just to speak on this. I don't know how entitled you have to be to just not want to play against a certain killer and to instantly abandon not only the match, but you're ruining the experience for your teammates and the killer as well. This ended up being a very long game. I think it was like 20 something minutes. Bots do a lot of things. They can ruin a killer's experience by instantly finding their hex totems because they're just coded that way. They can prolong the game and make it longer because of their goofy mechanics. And they're not very good teammates either. They will unhook you and not heal you properly. There's a lot of things that'll go wrong. And I just had to speak my mind about this. As a Survivor main, I think the entitlement level has just reached an all-time high, and I just gotta tell everybody, we need to do better. This is so bad. Like, half the content that's being made nowadays is just shitting on Survivor mains, but sometimes I can't always blame them because the shit that gets told to me when I'm streaming or in my videos or in my comments is like, oh my gosh, do you hear yourself speaking right now and how incredibly just insane this sounds, you know? Like, imagine giving up on an entire match just because you didn't want to go against one killer. And, you know, I decided to add fuel to the fire, and I kept asking them and poking them, and I said, well, hypothetically, what if you went against 10 singularities in a row? What are you going to do that day? And they said, well, hypothetically, that would never happen. But I guess just to humor your question, if that happened, I would just log off the game and play a different game entirely. And that is just, can we just think about this for a second, guys? Like, imagine getting so upset with the game that you're just like, I'm just not going to play it because I just don't like this character. I can only imagine the other killers they just don't want to go against. I also, like a couple of days before this video right here, or before the VOD gameplay you saw, I was in my friend's stream and she was playing the Spirit. And same thing, she got somebody down within like 30 seconds of the match starting. Survivor DC'd, came to their chat and said, GG, sorry, I don't want to play against the Spirit. And I put a comment in the chat and I was like, see, that's what's wrong with this game. Survivors have no punishment for just wanting to go next because it inconveniences them. They could just go next and there's just nothing. They don't have to think about anything. It's just me, my time. What do I want to do? And they responded in the chat. They were like, yep, I would rather just go next than play against a killer I don't want to play against. It's just gonna make me blow a gasket, guys. It's so bad. The reason why people complain about Survivors is because this very specific group of them that just want everything catered to them, bro, is just so insane to me. Me personally, I hate playing against certain killers too. I don't like going against the twins. I think a good twins player, your match is gonna be spent slugged on the ground for a very long amount of time. But I would never find myself DCing against the twins unless I got the abandon option, obviously. Just because I don't want to play against them. You know what I mean? Like, I just ride out the match. I play it because I know it's not going to happen again for a while. You know what I mean? Or like, there's just so many things that go into this conversation that we need to talk about, you know? And I know that, you know, with specific killers, like say you don't like the ghoul, right? I know it's not that you just don't like the person playing the ghoul. It's just really just the way the character is and the way the game is designed around that character. And I'm sorry, blame it on behavior. Don't blame it on the people choosing to play these characters, which I feel like some people weirdly do. And then some don't, obviously. And then it's just crazy to me. Like, it's so easy to go next nowadays and just not to consider the other people you affect. And I feel like in comparison of Dead by Daylight to other games, it's just it hits a lot harder, you know, because yeah, like you can DC and that your team will get a bot, but bots, I mean, let's be real, bots don't do shit. They either don't do shit and they just usually ruin the game for everybody, honestly. Because even then, if I'm playing killer and everybody DCs and they're all bots, I don't want to play that shit anymore. I feel like I wasted 5 minutes of my life too, you know. And like with other games, if you think about it, like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, if someone disconnects and they leave, you get a new teammate in there. You get a new human teammate, so it's a better experience. League of Legends, there's the abandon feature, where if someone DCs within like the first part of a match, you can surrender and it doesn't count towards anybody. Not a win or a loss. It does punish the player that DC'd as well, though. So when you DC in Dead by Daylight, in such a more small, compact, and intimate game, where it's only 5 people to consider, and there are no options of people coming and filling and taking your spot, every single disconnect hits way harder, just way harder, man. And I think that's the biggest thing that people need to consider, you know. The amount of times I've had survivors, like the other day I was playing the twins and I went against a Quan and a Maria. I could instantly tell they were a duo. The Quan saw me. I downed him within like 10 seconds with Charlotte and Victor. After that, he just sat under hook, stared at me, clicked the flashlight. He was basically saying he wanted to go next. So I put him back on the hook. His teammate Maria ran up to me and she pointed at the hook, so she wanted to go next too. So I already know how this shit goes. You know what I mean? I caught the Quan. He didn't go against the killer he wanted to go against. So I'm sure he instantly told his teammate in their voice channel, like, hey, let's just go next. Fuck this. I don't want to play against the twins. and then that just ruined the match for everybody else. There was a Bill and I think there was a Jake that weren't involved in that group. And at the end of the game, I felt so bad. Bill was like, GG's, I guess. I said, I'm sorry. I know your teammates DC'd, you know. And it puts the killer in a weird position too, because some people expect that if someone DCs, the killer has to play a certain type of way. But that's obviously not true. The killer can play however they want to play. They can still keep the sweat level up. They don't have to let anybody go. But now you create this other conflict where survivors can expect things from the killer because you decided to DC, which I think is a really even more interesting mental dynamic to talk about. I can't even begin to tell y'all how many times I've had a survivor say, hey, we had a teammate DC and you still played like that. Like, well, why are you getting mad at me? Why are you not mad at your freaking teammate for disconnecting the second they hear a terror radius that they don't like? Like, why are we not talking about the big issue here? As far as like fix action goes, I really just think they need to just drop the hammer and increase the DC penalties. Like right off the bat, first DC, you need to get a penalty of some sort, and you need to make it long enough to where a person can say, because right now they're like, I'll take it. If it's nothing or a warning or 5 minutes, people really don't care. In my opinion, I think it should be enough to really inconvenience someone, or maybe they should make it to where you can't queue into your match until the previous match is over, and all you can have is the option to go and spectate that match. I think something like that would really hit home, because if someone DCs, it's like, okay, well, now I have to wait until the rest of the match is drawn out, which could be a good thing because it could incentivize the players that are in the match to play seriously and let the match go out completely. So that way their teammate that disconnected because they just didn't want to go against Singularity, it's like, okay, well, good. Now you get to sit and think about it in the lobby while we finish the match, you know. That's just my thoughts for fix actions of what they should do. I think recently behavior even reduced the penalties with DCing. I mean, someone can definitely fact check me on that in the comments, but I could have sworn they did. But if they did, that is just the stupidest thing ever. You can't give people the wiggle room to do it and not expect them not to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't give people right and wrong and always expect people to choose right and to do the right thing, because they're not going to do that. And when you handhold people like survivors and you let them get away with disconnecting and, you know, just raging and quitting because they don't want to go against certain killers, you're like incentivizing that behavior more. You need to give them a reason not to do it. And I think the strongest thing is just harsher penalties in the beginning. I know there's a lot that can go wrong with that, as far as like people disconnecting because of, you know, connection issues and things like that. But I mean, obviously it's not going to be a perfect system either way. And maybe they could come up with some sort of system where people can like submit tickets like, hey, here's proof. This is why I disconnected. My internet, you know, crapped out, or I had this emergency come up or something. I really don't know. I mean, there's obviously a huge conversation we could have about how to actually fix the issue. All I know is it needs to be taken more seriously, because the amount of disconnects I've gotten recently is just insane. The other day I was playing Chaos Shuffle on stream, and I can just tell people just don't like it. And it fries my brain. You queue up for Chaos Shuffle. You know what you're getting. You don't get to use your build that you want to use. You can't use your Deja Vu, your Windows of Opportunity, your Lithe, Guaranteed Exhaustion perk. You can't use your Decisive Strike. So I could just tell right off the bat, the amount of disconnects I've had, I probably had like 10 on the first day of Chaos Shuffle to begin with. And that's because people just don't want to do it. They load in with builds they don't like, and they're like, fuck it, I just don't want to play this anymore. Or I'm just going to let you kill me and hook me. So it's just, it's hard for me as a survivor main and someone who has established their Dead by Daylight career off of creating survivor content to help people become better at playing this game. It's hard for me as a person to stand up for the survivor player base when there's shit like this going on. You know, I am in no way shitting on the survivor player base, and I am in no way incentivizing killers to dislike survivors. I just needed to speak on this because I have a platform, and the amount of entitlement that people have been showing recently is driving me through the freaking roof, man. I just can't believe it. Can we just play the game and just not complain and just be a good teammate? That's it. You don't even have to say GG's. You don't have to, you know, get together and sing a song by the campfire every endgame, you know, endgame chat. Just play the game, dude. That's it. Who cares if you don't like going against the Singularity? You're never going to get better at going against him if you DC, why don't you get with your friend and say, hey, you're a Singularity player, play him for me so I can learn how to counter you and play against you. There's just so many like better thought processes we could have with this game right here, but I just can't sit by and let people think that like stuff like this is okay. Just the same way that, you know, I defend killers for tunneling and camping and slugging because of Survivor and how strong our role is in a Swift and how busted our perks are and how the game refuses to balance itself appropriately for weaker killers. I can't look the other way either with the entitlement, man. And even for me, like, I know when I'm playing solo queue, if someone DCs, we're fucked. Like, I just know we're screwed right off the bat because the bot coding is just not a normal person. They can't make the same conscious decisions. I know the bots have gotten a lot better with their pathing and their decision making, but it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to replace a human being there that can consciously, you know, make right decisions for people and put your team in a position to win. At least I just need to speak on this because it has gotten really out of hand. The amount of entitlement people have, the way they expect killers to play and to not tunnel, the way they want to go against only the killers they want to go against. They only want you to run perks that they find fun. They don't want you running Lightborn. They don't want you running Noed. I just don't know how we've developed this world where you just live on this fantasy island. Like, I just don't even know what you want anymore. Like, what? I really challenge the most entitled Survivor player ever to answer me a question. What do you want? Like, to me, if you get every sort of base kit, second hand, helping hand in the game, go against the most only boring one playstyle killer that you want to go against with the weakest perks, and you win every game. And I already know some people are going to argue me, yeah, I want to win every game. That sounds fun to me. But like, that just doesn't seem satisfying to me. That doesn't seem fun to me. Like when Jason was released and all I went against was Jason, dude, I was miserable because I want to go against everybody. I want to see every killer. I want to see different playstyles. I want to see different builds, you know? And it's, I just don't know how we can please people anymore. I really don't. Like I said, try to keep it as positive and constructive as possible. Let's see what we can come up with in the comments. Come say hello on Twitch too. I would love to know your thoughts and how we can become a better community overall. Like I said, when I play Survivor, no matter how miserable the game is or the playstyle of the killer, I ride it out. That's my job. I'm the survivor. My goal is to survive. Your goal is to kill. And I'm not here to tell you how to do it. I don't care who you're playing as. I don't care who you are. And I expect the same treatment in return. And then we just shake hands at the end and we go our separate ways and we probably never meet again. As always, if you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. I would love to have you in the chat there. Check out all my content, my short videos and my long videos. I do killer tutorials, looping tutorials, builds, gameplay VOD reviews. I have a coaching series that I'm starting, which I think you would really like, where I coach people how to get better at whatever they're trying to do. camspookycorner.com for all of my social links, including the 18 and up Discord server. You should definitely join. We would love to have you there. Meet an awesome community of both Survivor and killer mains who can relate to every pain and frustration. And we don't allow toxicity, no matter how much of a difference we have in opinions there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, YouTube, and I will see you on the next one.